So one of the questions that people always have when it comes to tool steel knives or higher hardness steel knives, the question is, how hard are they to resharpen? Well, right here I have an A2 tool steel knife. It's at 63 Rockwells, and it's not sharp. I mean, I can start it on a piece of paper if I get down here where it's sharp, but it is not. There we go. If I catch it on just the right spot, it'll go on cardboard. It's got no bite at all. Now we got a little bite there, but for the most part, it's got nothing. This is 63 Rockwell, something that a lot of people think is extremely hard to sharpen. This is a rock from outside in some landscaping. It's just a plain smoothed out river rock, and this edge is not sharp. I mean, not sharp. Okay, so I'm going to sharpen it with this rock. Let's see how sharp we can get it. Now, why a rock? And why not just carry something like a file? Files are made of metal. Metal only gets so hard, and this is extremely hard steel. So the metal that's in the file is only going to be a little bit harder, or maybe even just the same hardness. Because you can sharpen knives that are soft with a file, but a lot of people forget that historically, the main knife sharpener has been a rock. People in the old days used to even sharpen rocks with rocks to go hunting. And my purpose in this video here is just to demonstrate to you what can be achieved with a rock and just a little bit of fine hand movement. I've talked to a lot of people out there who would never sharpen a knife with a rock. And I think that it's kind of silly to not want to consider it. Okay, you're almost there. Now, A2 tool steel at this hardness will hold an edge for a really long time, and you should never reach for a sharpener before you reach for a strop. Now, you can use a few different things to strop. You can use a leather belt. You could use the inside of a leather glove. A lot of stuff. Alright, I think we are almost at the point. Okay. Ooh, that does feel good. Okay. So, just the rock. I've got a leather glove here, so I'm just going to strap it on the leather glove. In a lot of my videos I strap on a cloth wheel, but in this one I'm just going to demonstrate to you that you can still strap on other leathers. You can also strap on your clothes, but that doesn't work quite as well as leather does. Leather just cleans stuff up better at a finer level. Okay? Alright, here's that same piece of paper. We'll cut the paper. Okay, now it's time for the cardboard. And we'll cut the cardboard. Kind of tore it there. Good grip on this. Okay. Now the sharpest portion of the knife, now I can tell I can get it a little bit sharper. I'm just going to get a little more of a touch. And there's a couple ways that you can keep yourself steady while doing this. Because the real thing that leads people to not getting this right is an unsteady hand. And an unsteady hand means that as the rock goes up and down the edge, it'll just slide around and you'll just not have consistency going on. It's quite a bit more bite. Okay. Now it's time to see if any part of this knife is sharp enough to shave with. So we are taking some hairs. It's not super sharp, but I managed to pull a few hairs off. I wouldn't consider that successfully shaving, but in terms of sharpness, I mean, if you were out in the field and you just had that rock, you could actually do some cutting with it. You can see that I didn't quite work it down far enough. Better use this side. Alright. Okay, now let's see if it'll... No, that's actually doing pretty good now. I have a better piece of paper anywhere? Well, I got a big plate. It's not the best thing to test with, but... No, it's decently sharp now. But yeah. It'll cut. It's not a razor, but that is a very, very functional edge. You could definitely cut yourself on it. Be a little bit more work, I think, when it comes to the skinning game, but it'll work.